If Quantum Freaks play at a distance, it could be quite hard to force a fight onto them. So if DRX lose control of the game, might have a tough time. Andel's holding the Rakan. I think it makes complete sense. Really good matchup into the Braum. And honestly, you could have a pretty good 2v2 in the bot lane playing Ezreal Rakan into Caitlyn Braum. So
yep, and he has absolutely no setup as well. Let's see how he's going to go as we jump into the Rift for game one. Okay, Sponge manning the brush, the Dunk Master Ivern.
Regular thing for Ivern.
Yes, true.
Yeah, no real vision actually gone down level 1, which is interesting because, I mean, the thing is, the Ivern, we've seen different levels of clears you can clear really fast. Obviously, not really gated by...
You know, sometimes you just got to try and get better.
Yeah, skill issue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Cuz is starting with the counter jungling. So,
yeah.
Found a camp that's been set up by Sponge, who is walking back over to grab... not ready to grab his wolves yet. Was going for the Gromp, and it's gone.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So he is going to be able to spot Cuz, and he will be able to take it, so...
His friends are dead now.
Yeah, his friends are dead. That's
Very
so
sad.
Oh, man. Wolves also, like, started sleeping before they even got back to their little house.
You know that you're just guessing?
That's what I'm guessing. I just want to sort of add my thoughts before we get in there and find out the truth. Yeah, the Peacemaker connects here. That's a great double knock-up from Andal. But Sponge coming in, that is going to be a cleanse needed from Leaper. And DRX, even though that was a great grand entrance, there's just not much of a damage follow-up, and they are able to get the Summoner spell.
They're just matching them pound for pound with such strong scaling. Gotta feel good.
Well, this is just pretty telegraphed, but they're still going to send Daisy in on top of Leaper here. She is going to help tank up that turret for a little while, but she is going to be taken down. This is just a plate gank. Sponge comes down, tries to get themselves some plate money, and Teddy doing a lot of damage here to Leaper here with the Peacemakers. Doesn't have ace in the hole at this point in time.
Yeah, so
using that one on cooldown.
If he just threw the Q out of Fog of War, might have actually caught the Nidalee there. Now
there's the ulti to come through from Pleta. You can see Leaper trying to get something back, but there's the flash forward. Oh, the Winter's Bite doesn't land. The Unbreakable actually goes down though as another cleanse comes in. Peacemaker's good. And Teddy's got the ult.
Oh, no mana.
Oh, just not quite enough. Didn't have biscuits there as well. I checked the inventory. I'm like, press it, but he didn't have any.
I mean, this is starting to look really rough for DRX. It's now 50 CS lead almost in the jungle, 1,000 gold lead in the mid lane. Top has just naturally started to pull ahead. And right now you have a Caitlyn, the only person who's kind of ahead in lane. Oh.
Yeah, Rascal going to find the all-out onto Bulldog here, who doesn't have Valkyrie at this point in time. Has to flash. Flash available from Rascal, and he's after Bulldog. Is this the solo kill king? And it is. First blood goes over to Rascal. Perhaps that wasn't him anymore. Rascal, let's have a look at it.
어디 무빙이었어?
He probably knew.
나 근데 얘랑 한번 싸울게.
Yeah, he's like, where did Nidalee go? I'm just going to go in. And I think it was a good idea.
Yep. And just a bit disrespectful there.
Just to work out in any way, shape, or form is now Cuz trying to help out here, but it's not really working. Rootcall is fantastic as Dudu. Getting that Daisy stacked up. True Shot Barrage misses completely. That should just be this turret going down. Pleta going in, looking for the ulti onto Dudu. Will find it, stacking up the concussive blows as they get the redemption for the extra healing. And now Quandong Freaks with Bulldog there. This is getting dangerous, but these Winter's Bites are landing. Field's in hand, so he's very ready. So I imagine Quandong Freaks, I don't think they're going to be able to make it to those spikes. And is it just to give up this first Infernal so that they can fight at full strength next time around? Or do you just go for it? Because the trap line's being set up, DRX are in the pit. And that means things are very, very dangerous. Shield does come on through, as the spear is going to be tanked there by Daisy.
Oh, they're doing this fast. Dudu's looking for the TP.
Well, this is the problem, right? This is trying to siege onto this composition that is difficult. There's a flanking teleport from Dudu. He's just picked up his items as well as Andal. He goes in, he's taking a lot of damage though, and there's not a lot of follow-up. The spear is going to connect onto Yahoo, though Cuz steals away the dragon. He goes golden as well as the all-out comes in, but he's all out of there as Rascal just takes to the skies and will leave. Wanting to get towards 3 items, especially with Teddy's build that he has right now. A little bit greedy for this stage of the game, but once he hits 3, he'll be extremely strong. As Ace in the Hole comes in, but the Mystic Shot actually enough to answer back, as now Rascal looking for Andal, looking for anyone after that flanking teleport did come in. Andal's going to get slowed down though. There's the ulti. Bulldog now not going to be there to try and change anything, and oh, Andal just gets out, not able to get that last point of the concussive blows, and he's just fine. Reaper taking control of this area. You mentioned the range advantage. These Mystic shots certainly working in that regard. All right, Rascal, let's see whether he can do it here. Does dash on over as teleport to come in from DRX once again. Flash for flash, going down relatively low. Does have his redemption now built up. They would love to get a pick. We'll see whether they can actually find one here as Pleta taking so much damage. Leaper matters into his own hands right now, looking good. The redemption now on cooldown as DRX set up in the mid lane, but not around this dragon that has just spawned. Door goes up, True Shot Barrage, not a lot of joy. That is fine. Quantum Freak's winning this poke battle as Bulldog gets himself out of there. These health bars once again still very low. Pleta, I don't think he's an engaged Braum at this point in time. He is very, very low on health bar. And Dudu on the flank angle. Yehu going to be moving on over. Rocket jumps in. Let's see whether they can get the flanking Aatrox before he gets the flank off, as he is so incredibly strong. Finds the sweet spot onto Yehu. If this Tristana goes down, it is disaster. And it is exactly that. Teddy not going to be able to get it yet. This guy is just a monster. And that's exactly what CBMax meant when he said that Dudu is not one to be counted out for one bad performance.
Dudu just walks into DRX and single-handedly wipes the entire team. Absolutely unstoppable there. DRX trying to make the call to punish the Aatrox.
He was a 0-0-0 Aatrox.
Yeah, and that is the quickest 0-0-0 the POG that I've ever seen.
Yeah, man, that's a turnaround if ever I've seen one.
Wonder if it takes the game, a pretty slow pace one, but the end, Quantum Freaks knew exactly what they needed to do for that composition to work.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was, you know, we all hated the lethality Aatrox and how obnoxious it was, but I think that might have worked better if it was the lethality Aatrox.
Ooh, this would be fun. Because that's a lot of lane pressure. You can actually stand relatively toe-to-toe if you do pick this one up.
I feel like you would go Rakan if you like weather the storm, take the L, but be strong in team fights. Karma is like, no, we're going to fight you. And they will lock it in, so Teddy and Pleta, their call-out's been answered by the Quantum Freaks. Should be an exciting 2v2 in the bot lane. Yep, and I feel like it all comes down to Andal on this Karma. Get hit by a handshake, you might just go down.
We'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, time for us to get onto the Rift for game number 2.
Just go and proc all the boxes and ruin his time.
Well, I mean, this is also going to be a little bit of a roughie if Sponge can step on some of these seeds, and he is able to step on one of them.
And the confidence just walks up, Q smite, see it.
Love to see it.
Job done.
Full vision, of course, available, so he could map that play out. I don't know, it's like a meeting of eras, right? As now Teddy and Pleta going very aggressive, trying to stack up these spears. Flash has to come out here, but there's a good handshake. Oh, Pleta goes for the opportunistic one. I thought maybe they could get a bit of extra damage if he had pulled him down, but instead goes for the stun, so there's no follow-up here. And
it's certainly something.
It even goes into, oh, okay, Rascal, can he actually find it here is the question. The answer is no, not quite yet, as now he will hunt Dudu down. Only one ranged minion still up, as at least the turret doesn't get too mad at Rascal. That's
I find it so funny that we were talking about Canyon being the only one with permission to play Nidalee.
Maybe he's just the only one with permission to play anything. As all right, Bramble Smash going to bring Andal back in there as Teddy, he's been bailed out and he didn't even need to. He wasn't going to prison. He's fine, keep that money.
It's not only got 2 plates left.
Yeah.
This obviously is a bit earlier than them, but still, that was not...
That's a pretty good trade there as well, as Bulldog trying to answer, but isn't quite able to match that of the stand and deliver. As all right, Stranglethorns comes in. That is going to earn them a Fate's Call. Pleta goes back in, as I'm not entirely sure about that one, but True Shot Barrage isn't going to hit the mark.
I respect the confidence, but yeah.
Yeah, who's moved down though? And I think this should be Drake priority going over to DRX, unless Cuz can get on in here. There's a handshake, though, as the Nature's Grasp comes down, and Andal, nowhere to go. He is very, very dead. Sponge even holding onto this dragon in the meantime. But maybe that's just me. Maybe they're just going to dive a Renekton, who does have his ultimate up and available, is going to use it here, wants to get rid of that minion wave, and it's gone. Goodbye, minion wave. Stranglethorns comes down, though. He flashes, get out of the way. True Shot Barrage isn't quite enough, and the Mystic Shot misses. And so Rascal going to soak everything, has to invest his ult and flash, but he will stay alive. And Yehu, he can teleport down here actually if they would like him to. And now let's see whether Dudu is going to fare any better. This is Cassante versus Renekton as far as who can survive the gank better. As Yahoo wanting to get that DPS down, will land some rockets. Dudu's still here, still has flash. Phosphorus bomb comes in, rockets landing everywhere. And that is a first kill for Yahoo.
Leaper is trying to leverage that triple spike and apply some pressure mid.
Ooh, Teddy taking a lot here and isn't even able to get that cannon, as we could see. Good sidestep there from Bulldog, who's now just trying to take the fight to Yahoo. As Bulldog, decent buffer, and he gets his way out. Don't really have much at all. Still going to try their hand at this top lane. Best way to take turrets is when Ezreal just isn't there.
Yep.
And this might be a way to do it. Dudu just going to have to get out, realizes that they are outmanned and outgunned.
Oh, man.
All right, well, DRX able to defend their bottom outer turret, which I feel like Rascal has done pretty well so far today. As Cuz coming on in, does find the Stranglethorns onto Sponge. Sponge feeling like he can just survive, and he might be right, as the heal has to be invested by Pleta. It's the shield as well.
Celestial opposition in most games.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the theory here is that like Ezreal and Zyra.
Oh, Rascal sets up the slice and dice. Let's see whether it's going to be enough. Has to flash the Grasping Roots, understandably. As Yahoo's there as a substitute, going to come in to defend the outer turret himself. As now, Bulldog, possibly a target. He's going to blast cone in with the rest of the team. Nature's Grasp to now come on through. As Rascal has the flank angle with a Buster Shot immediately. Gets rid of him. Hostile Takeover does nothing. That is going to be the secure soul point for DRX. And now they're just going to take their leave. Well, they are going to. Not entirely sure how. Yeah, down to half health. That's a Nature's Grasp, but Cuz just kind of walks past it here as the Baron's just gone.
Oh, they just get it.
Yeah. So that was fast. It is a Leandri's Maokai. I think this is a genius play. They can take the next Drake, still threaten the Soul. They're only giving up one, and they can now get map control off the back of this. Unless Leaper says no. He does take a fair bit of damage back here, as DRX can potentially move towards his top side. But the answer is a minion wave now taxiing down the mid lane. And DRX find themselves out of position. So the theory I felt was good, but the result not looking fantastic here. Is now a half health Yahoo and Sponge move into the mid lane to watch their inner turret explode. Yeah. DRX still with this Baron for another 15 seconds or something like that. Baron power play though is not exactly the best.
Yeah, not the greatest value on this Baron.
Well, let's see what they can do as Nature's Grasp comes on down and does basically nothing. As oftentimes he'll use it to try and take a turret, as Stranglethorn's going to be used just for fun.
It just feels like both junglers are like...
Oh, that's a quadra value True Shot Barrage.
As long as you hit the mystic shots, you just do so much to...
Oh dear. Handel is going to be able to Mikhails himself like Captain Jack. That was pretty nice.
Yep, that could have been very dangerous. We will see the sapling
in this position. Does still have his teleport up and available, but I don't think they're going to be able to buy enough time. There is going to be 10 seconds until this Drake is now. Cuz has to flash. Pleta gets over the wall though. Teddy with the delivery, and that is the jungler. Oh, Cuz. Oh no, that is going to cost them the soul.
Love the confidence. Now, if Quantum Freaks want to stop them, they have to win a fight fast.
Oh, they certainly will. Buster Shot is decent there as Bulldog keeping them at bay, but Teddy says, nah, you're going to have to try and jump your way out of here. They pile on in. Sponge is down so low, and now it's a free-for-all on the Dragon. 400 health, and it's Yahoo that locks it up. Now they're all slowed, but Bulldog, can he get the work done? It's, oh, God. The amount of damage coming out. Still, Bulldog will survive, but a Tex-Tex soul for DRX. They did exactly what they needed to. And I think it's good to see that he has adjusted that a little bit too in this game. I feel like he's playing more cohesively with the rest of the team as Nature's Grasp coming down once again. Cuz does have a flank angle, but Rascal, he's discovered Bulldog. The Baron is going to be secured here by DRX. Rascal deciding that he wants to take bullets from the Tristana. He flashes on top of him, almost gets the kill, and Pleta comes on in with a hostile takeover, but it wasn't really that hostile. Not going to find too much here. That's going to be a dead Corki on the back end of the fight. And DRX, they lose out on one. Oh, it's
Rascal looking for an angle.
It's so tough though, because when Sponge goes in like this, everyone's slowed down. Another Buster Shot is going to be used here as Rascal is going to get turned on. Teddy trying to chase after them. And there's the Fates call. Bulldog going to get pulled back to Mikhails. Not enough as he gets over the wall. He'll survive for the moment. They take down Teddy though. Sponge going to be taken out. And there's one kill for Rascal, but Quandong Freaks, they will find another team fight.
they managed to win it. They don't have a wave right now. They're maybe going for the bot wave.
So the Elder will just be wiped off the map. And Kwangdong Freaks, they are still well and truly in this one. They now have a gold advantage. And
Clean up the team.
not to mention Cuz being an absolute hero. They all dive in on top of Bulldog, but then there's a Stranglethorn. As Bulldog calling very aggressively, saying, I'm going to get rid of the Renekton.
Played it so I feel like pixel perfect play there. Oh,
and Sponge going to be pushed away. Dudu going to find the angle. Stranglethorns comes in. Hostile takeover in response, but the Zhonya's is gorgeous. The bailout going to come on through, and Teddy, he's just going to die. Dudu not going to fall in time. And there's the 2-0 for the Kwangdong Freaks. I thought it might have been their demise after a couple of losses, but this was a clean 2-0.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that'll work out. Leaper doing more than double Teddy's damage. Just as real things. But look at this goal graph, man. It was,
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Dudu and Bulldog on the side of Kwangdong Freaks, who just put an end to their losing streak by defeating DRX. Congratulations! Thank you. Dudu, with today's 2-0 victory, KDF has secured the sole position of 4th place. How do you feel? Being able to secure 4th place feels great. It's been a really tough time for us in the past couple of matches, and we really wanted to sort of bring out our team spirit, and I'm so glad that we were able to win. So it looks like a fan sign saying, can we start buying our Worlds ticket for Kwangdong Freaks? Do you think they can go ahead and buy them? You know, it's too early to say, but honestly, right now, we need to focus on making it up to the playoffs. So we'll try our best. And Bulldog, you had such a feisty gameplay today. So are you happy with your performance today? To be honest, yeah, it's been so challenging lately. But today's performance, I would say, was pretty okay. It was alright. Bulldog, in game 1, we had the fewest kill of Summer, and with a kill score of 1 to 5, only 6 kills to end the game. So why do you think it ended up being such a low kill game? Was this just an intentional strategy or macro play from you guys? It was not really intentional. You know, while we were playing the game, we just tried focusing on what we have to do. So we were really concentrated, and maybe, I'm not too sure why. And the unkillable Dutrox. Let's take a look at this replay over here. Can you walk us through what happened here? So we pushed bot, and because the enemy was so rushed into getting to the dragon, I think we were just trying to skirmish here, and I got really lucky being able to survive and win this fight. So from the mic check, it looked like you thought you were already dead. So yeah, I actually did think I was dead, but the moment I killed Tristana, I told myself maybe I can actually survive. And so is Aatrox just OP, or is Dudu's skill shots just on point? You know, Aatrox has been buffed lately. And just because I was so skilled in game, I think just being able to have so many items actually made me play so well, and I think that's why I was able to survive in the end. And yeah, you were solo pushing bot turret and regrouped for the Drake team fight to secure the decisive edge. So where did this macro play come from? Yeah, so we noticed that the enemy just tried regrouping as 5 to try to open up a team fight. So we tried to sort of look at a window to win the team fight. And I think we sort of baited the enemy's tendency to do that. So that's why I pushed bot and then tried to open up a team fight. And so from CV Max's interview, we can tell how much faith he has in you. So his quote was, you know, Dudu has done so well over 100 times, and just because he has slipped up once or twice doesn't mean that I'm worried. So how do you feel about that? I think from my last loss, I think that's what he said. And I'm just so thankful that he has so much faith in me, but I don't think I'm really at that point yet. I have a lot to work on and a lot of room for improvement, so I want to be able to reach that level. And Bulldog in game 2, you took out your undefeated Tristana pick. Now it looks like the fan sign says Bulldog is one of the top 3 most handsome people in the world, and he is listed among 2 actors. What do you say? You know, I no comment, you guys. Let's go back to talking about Tristana. And it looks like you are 6-0 with Tristana and also got all 300 POG points with Tristana. So are you simply the number 1 Tristana? Or are you just someone who stands out? You know, my Tristana pick, I believe that I don't think I will ever struggle against playing with anyone in the world with my Tristana. So what do you think about his Tristana, Dudu? Yeah, Bulldog tends to get a lot of kills with his rocket jump. So his Tristana is definitely reliable. And so Bulldog in game 2, your team took Ezreal and Karma, but the early game didn't go too favorable for you. But it seemed like we always saw you aggro the enemy proactively, so what was your game plan? Aside from the K'Sante, they didn't really have a front line, so that's why I thought, you know, my job is to sort of aggro the enemy, and that's why I was playing really aggressive. And so with how Kwangdong flipped the game around, it happened around your fantastic mechanics. So let's take a look at this replay over here. Looking at Renekton. I'm alive. Slow. So, can you walk us through what happened here? Honestly, I am so embarrassed to look at my replay again. I was isolated, so I think that's why there was a lot of pressure. But, you know, I didn't think I was going to survive. I didn't really know. But I was able to sort of draw all the attention to me, and I guess it all worked out really well in the end. So yeah, your signature jump with Tristana, your jump sort of looks somewhat short perhaps. So a lot of people think that maybe CVMAX is making you just practice Tristana jumps all day. You know, I do tend to use my jumps a lot just to bait out the enemy. And because of the reset and the cooldown, I try to utilize it as much as I can to survive and proactively take part in teamfights. And next Wednesday, you'll face Hana Life Esports as the last match of round 1. So how will you prepare for that? Lately, our performance had been not really up to par, so it's so valuable that we were able to take this 2-0 victory today. You know, it's time for us to recover to our maximum level and reach our ceiling, so we want to make sure to put in a lot of time and effort to reach that point. And Bulldog, although we won with a 2-0, I don't think it was exactly convincing, so I want to make sure that we are refined and ready for the next match. And that's the end of the interview from Dudu and Bulldog, and back to the space. Thank you.